Welcome to Indy's Real Estate Gurus. I'm Rick Rippey, your hardworking mortgage guy, and I've been in real estate and mortgages for over, 34 years. I've helped over 5,200 folks finance their homes. My team and I believe in custom tailored loans, not the one-size-fits-all approach. We believe there is a best mortgage for you, and we believe we are the team to deliver it.
And I'm Ian Arnold, part of Rick's hardworking mortgage team. I've been in the financial industry for 15 years, helping customers rebuild their credit, get the best possible interest rates. I have a passion in helping you secure your overall real estate dreams and also helping you hopefully pay off your home even faster.
And for the most up-to-date information on mortgages or the Indies real estate market, please go to hardworkingmortgageguys.com. That's hardworkingmortgageguys.com, or you can call 317-658. No, you can't. You can call 317-672-1938. 317-672-1938. You know, I've been doing that so well, Ian. Daggone.
You knew it was going to come
I
sooner or
did
later.
know it was going to come. You know why? I think it's because I'm really excited about our guest today. Our guest, she goes by Gigi. Name is Gina, but you've been called, you said Gigi since high school.
Middle school.
Middle
Yeah.
school. Oh, it's a long time. And then it's Fosso-Schibley.
Correct.
I got it right.
Yep.
Hallelujah. We're going to stop now.
All right, go ahead and end it. Great job.
I did it right. Welcome. We really appreciate you coming on our show.
Thank you for having me.
And you're a fantastic agent. Your reviews are unbelievable. You're doing huge volume, and we know that you have a lot to share with people. So we want to really get into it. But we'd like to start with, where did you grow up? What was your background before real estate?
Okay. So I'm actually a lifelong resident of Indianapolis, and I grew up in the Geist Lawrence area.
Okay.
So I went to high school at Lawrence North and Lawrence Central.
Okay.
So I know all about this city and the area and the growth. I mean, we couldn't even get to Fishers Fishers and Carmel couldn't connect. Like, I've been here since we had to go on 465 to get Keystone. And
Me too.
I moved to Hamilton County in about 2001, and I've been here ever since.
And so talking about how hard it was, I remember you, and this is probably what you're talking about. I remember when they were putting 465 in, and my dad wanted to ride horses, so we joined a riding academy, which was at 116th and Keystone.
Okay.
And the 116th Street was a little 2-lane road with nothing on it.
Yes.
You remember that?
It was very country.
Yes.
When my brother worked at a gas station off 116, they were by the Super Target.
Yes.
Shell. And my mom would take him to work. I'd ride with her, and I was like, we're in the country, and we were literally coming from the Castleton area. But it was cornfields. There was no roundabouts, and there was barely any stop signs.
It's changed a lot since then. No people either. There weren't
many people.
So now I know you've been in your mind in real estate long before you actually got into real estate. So tell us about that, and then how you did eventually get into real estate.
Okay, so, my Aunt Nancy has been a realtor since I can remember. She has her own brokerage. And so I just kind of would watch her sometimes or be on the phone, and I would listen when all my cousins were playing. I was listening to her calls. So I just pretended I was a realtor as a kid. I did get into real estate for a while with her in 2005. But I was a professional dancer, actually, and I coached. I was a choreographer. So between coaching and having 4 children to raise and being a single mother, I knew that my first gift, the gift I was given from birth, and my first love and passion was dance. And I just felt like I had to finish what I was meant to do until that time came. So I left real estate, and then I always was into like redesigning homes. I've done that a lot. And I love to just go to open houses, and I would watch HGTV, and when people had their homes reinvented, I'm like that weirdo that would sit there crying, like, oh my God. So, I just had to wait until the time came that the door opened up and I was going to have that ability to do that full time and just dive in. Because when I do something, it's 100,000%. I don't do anything part time or halfway.
Okay. And it sounded like when you decided, it was like just one day the light bulb went off and said, okay, it's now time.
Yes. And I was actually a college student. I went back to school. It was in my third year. Like straight A, was loving it, wanted to go out and do things to make an impact on like human trafficking, stuff like that. That's important to me. I've been a foster mom, worked with homeless and addicted people, so that was like a big thing for me. And so I'm like, I'm going to go to school to do this, and I really just have been um, pulled and pulled and pulled in my mind, and I knew for whatever reason, I'm like, that is going to be beneficial to me. Like, I can get into real estate, can help other people, can help these people achieve things they don't think that they can. And because I do care about it. Like, real estate isn't about a number or a bank account. Like, I want to help people achieve things they don't think they can do. And I felt like that was actually the best route for me to go. And then I'm going to earn enough money. I can acquire my own building one day and turn it into like a place for women. So that was kind of like what hit me one day. And I called a friend who worked at a different brokerage. And I was like, I'm going to get into real estate. Like, I'm coming back like tomorrow. Where do I sign up?
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
I started the next week.
Yeah. And how long did it take you to go from there to actually passing the test and being able to get started?
3 months.
3 months. It takes a little while to go through the class and
Well, I
all
was
of
still
that.
in school full
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
So I was doing both. And I got remarried during that month too. So actually, I finally got remarried and we went to Vegas. I was gone on vacation for a week and going to school and doing this.
So you were trying to find stress in your life, and you just did that. You got married.
Yes.
You're going to school, and you
The
decided.
more on my plate, the better.
Yeah.
I operate. I function very well with a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, it's funny how everybody's different, but I do. I like to have a lot to do. I get bored. That's my problem.
Yep. That's the thing.
I get bored.
Yeah. So I know you're EXP now. So did you start with EXP? And if not, how did you come to find EXP as your home?
I did not start with EXP, and I started at a brokerage that I was really going to because I knew that a longtime friend was there and in a high position and fully trusted him, and I still do. It was nothing about him. It's just that I got invited to an event at District Tap, and I just thought it was going to be about this couple that made millions in real estate, and they were in town to talk about it, and I just wanted to absorb whatever it is they had to share. But I didn't really realize they were going to be talking about how they made millions before EXP, but knew that it was the right thing to do. They literally shut their brokerage down of 940 agents, the largest in the country, and went to EXP. And I continued to stay there like another hour, and I'm like, I just knew, like, I connected really well with the couple. She used to be a former NFL cheerleader. I was a former NBA cheerleader, and her husband and I connected really well, and I just felt so compelled. I'm like, I have to send the email. Like, this is where I belong. Um, and I did have a listing at the time, so I had to release that listing, and then I left the brokerage, and then I relisted the house the next day. I was in real estate like 5 or 6 weeks at this time, maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 months.
So it's quick.
Yeah.
But you're one who when you figure it out, it's the right thing to do. You jump. It sounds like.
Yes, and I knew it. I 100% knew it. So I did have a buyer that was on their way to closing. I knew it would still remain with that brokerage, and that was fine. And I did have my first listing in Westfield with some people I didn't even know from Adam. somehow got that listed. But so I had to very carefully maneuver that, and I felt really bad. And that was my problem, is switching and like upsetting people, hurting feelings, or feeling like a bad person. So
Yeah.
that was hard, but I'll never switch again. So I'm good now.
Yeah. It's hard to switch. But if it's the right thing, it's the right thing.
I 100% knew.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to wait.
Yeah. So it sounds like you got into real estate and you got going immediately. A lot
Yeah.
of people are not able to do that. So what did you do? How did you do that to get your business going so well so quickly?
I feel like first and foremost, it's mindset. So I think a lot of people, what I kind of relate this to, what I'm seeing is like back when I was a professional dancer, I never saw it on TV, and now it's like the last 10 years there was a ton of dance shows on TV, and everybody wanted to get to dance. Well, same with real estate. Now on Netflix, we have Selling Sunset, Selling the OC. You know, we have all these real estate shows, and of course, it's in Southern California, and they're $10 million listings, and people I think see that and they're like, I want to become a realtor and I'm going to have a glamorous life. And it's like, just they get their license and then they sit there and wait on somebody to knock on the door. And this is literally the same thing as opening a hair salon or a insurance company, whatever business that you're starting. You have to pay a lot of money for associations, and how do you get your clients? People are just going to knock on the door because you're sitting there on the corner? No. So and I don't door knock, so I literally just had to use my sphere of influence and be confident. And I honestly didn't even know how to insert a listing on the MLS yet. I just knew how to talk to people. And so I just made a decision in my mind that I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to get in the right mindset and I'm going to listen to positive things. I'm going to drown out negative. And if I listen to naysayers, or if I stay with the people that want to move slow, well, I'm afraid, I don't want to do this, well, I don't know about that, that's the wrong group. So I want to be in a room, and I want to be surrounded by people that are doing things that I want to do and have achieved things I want to achieve. Because then I'm looking like the little girl over there that wants to be a realtor, and I don't want to be a wannabe. So I'm like, they inspire me. So I wake up every day and I listen to positive things, whether it be YouTube videos or read something, whatever, before I get anybody in my family up. And what am I going to do today? So I set one goal at a time. So instead of saying, I'm going to sell 10 million this year, well, that's ridiculous. I don't know that. But how many people am I going to reach this week? How many people am I going to talk to today? What are things so I would set one thing. This is what I'm going to be consistent about the next 30 days and see how that works. Each week, I'm going to try something new. Am I comfortable with that? What was the response like for that? What's the fee? You know what I mean? And then what the things that I discovered that were working, I'm going to keep doing that. But normally for me, the things that work for me is being in front of somebody, and really using the network of my sphere of influence. And I'm not going to tell somebody I'm a realtor once. I'm going to tell them every day. Like, if I post it on social media, 5% of the people on my friends list saw that. So I have to do it again until the point where they are like thinking about real estate, or their friends talking about moving. Oh, you need to call my friend Gina.
Right.
So it's just constantly getting out there and saying, I don't care if I started yesterday. I know I'm going to know what to do. So that's what happened. I got that first listing and I ran back to the office and I go, what do I do? So help me get it in the system. I don't know how to do that. I know how to do that. So
Right.
that's literally like the way my mind operates, and that's how I started.
All right. So I don't want you to be a secret agent here. So what's the best way somebody can get a hold of you?
So I have my phone with me 24/7. When I go to bed, it's under my pillow. So you can, people text. I got a text at 11 o'clock last night with a question. You know what I mean? So, phone call always. I always answer my phone. I'm not a realtor that doesn't answer their phone, unless it says spam. I don't pick it up. And then if I don't answer, it's because there's a reason I cannot. So I like for people, if I don't answer, to text me and say, hey, this is so and so. Will you please call me back?
And then what's the best number?
317-671-5064.
Awesome. Yeah, I will agree with you. The suspected spam calls, I skip over them too. I'm like, all right, if it's important to leave a voicemail, I'll call them right back. But you get so many spam calls nowadays; it's ridiculous. So if you do leave a if you do get voicemail, leave one. We'll call you back.
Exactly. Yes.
And Rick, how will they get hold of you or I?
Well, to get a hold of us, you go to hardworkingmortgageguys.com. That's hardworkingmortgageguys.com, or you can call 317-672-1938. That's 317-672-1938. And thanks for listening to Indy's Real Estate Gurus. The gurus we interview share valuable insights. They reveal their strengths, personalities, and how they'll work for you. While we hardworking mortgage guys secure your best mortgage, real estate gurus work hard too. They avoid problems amateurs don't even see. They listen and they find unrealized opportunities. If you're buying or selling a home, a real estate guru is a valuable asset. If you're even thinking of buying or selling a home, keep listening and definitely call one of Indy's real estate gurus.
All right. So before we get back in real estate, we're going to take a little side step. So if I take away your phone for 24 hours, you cannot work. I know you're going to freak out.
Under her pillow.
I know she's going to be the one that definitely has a heart attack and fetal position, curled up. But once you get through all that, where do we catch you out there doing for fun?
Okay. So anything athletic, even down to like cornhole. That may not be athletic, but it's competitive, right?
Yep.
So, I love to do things with four of my kids are grown, and two of them have children. So I have four grandchildren, and then we have a 13-year-old, and if we're not doing stuff together, like we might just all go to one of those canvas painting places, and all like literally all of us, and my mom, my husband, we all do a painting, or we might all go bowling, or we're gonna go to Tennessee and see Elvis's house. Like we have to do stuff. We just like to plan stuff, do things together, and we really like to compete, and especially backyard volleyball and cornhole.
The cornhole's big here in Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. Do you ever watch it on TV, how good some of these people are?
No.
It's unbelievable.
I don't really watch TV too much.
Yeah, me either. But I have seen this just like passing through. I'm not a big sports person, but you'll see all of a sudden cornhole be on, and it's like they hit the dang hole every time.
Yes,
I don't know how they do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have
crazy.
seen in person really good cornhole players, because at every party that one of our family members has, we have 3 or 4 cornholes set up.
Okay.
And there's always somebody there and it just angers me because they get it every time, and it makes me mad because my husband and I typically win, or one of my sons will partner up with me, and nobody can beat us with that or ping pong. But then when they bring these like professional dudes over, it really makes me mad.
Yeah, they shouldn't have as big a hole to throw it at, right? You should make that hole about this big, about
good solution.
Yeah, where they can't possibly go in. Then that'll show them.
Yeah,
that'll show them.
harder target.
So when you got going, it's amazing. I think what you said to me, what resonated with me is, number one, you went out and you did something you went ahead and sold the house, or you listed the house, but you didn't know how to do any of the paperwork, but you did it anyway. Mm-hmm. And then you went and got the help. There's so many people who won't go do it until they know how to do all the paperwork. Don't worry about the paperwork. Go. Exactly. You get paid nothing for the paperwork. You get paid for the listing, right? I mean, once it's sells, but you got to do the paperwork. But there's tons of people who can help you with paperwork.
I just hired a transaction manager too.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's why. right?
Yeah. Yep.
But I just want, if there's people out there that are listening, it's like, well, how do you get going? If I want to get into real estate, it's not like HGTV. It's not like what you see. You have to go get your own clients, and getting your clients is the most important thing. And the one thing you have to work on, not learning the paperwork.
So, and I am a mentor now as well. I'm a certified EXP mentor. And then I have agents, not just in Indiana, but in other states that are in my downline that I've sponsored to EXP. So I'm not required, but I feel obligated to help them. So we have our own little private group. We do weekly Zooms, and we all talk and chat and talk about what they're doing and then where they're struggling or whatever. So one of the things I always tell them is do as many open houses as possible. It doesn't have to be your listing. If you volunteer if you're in Chesapeake, Virginia, get on the EXP Workplace, and because we have our own like Facebook app. There's 88,000 of us. So go to your state and say on your app and say, can I do an open house this weekend? I'm available. Who has one? Do one Saturday and Sunday. Do it every Saturday, whatever. Because all the open houses that I host for my listings, I do discover, and that's because the areas we have a great economy here. Even with inflation, we have a great economy. So people at the open houses are about 50, sometimes more than 50% of the visitors are from out of state. They're moving to Indiana. Oh, we're here visiting this week. We're staying with family, or we're at a hotel because we're house hunting. Oh, they don't have an agent most likely. So a lot of times people going to an open house, I've discovered, don't have an agent yet because they're afraid to call an agent. They don't know, like, are they going to harass me? Do I have to give them all my personal business? That makes people nervous if they've never done it before and they've never bought a house. They don't know what's required. They think you need $100,000 to put down. They are afraid of somebody looking at their credit score, and they think they have to pay an agent. So what they do is wait for open houses, and they go to an open house. And I just like to keep it very casual and fun and just chat with them. I love to have lenders there with me and let them know that there are so many loan options out there that no, the idea that you need 20% down, you don't. There's so many programs out there, and people that think they can't buy a home, they can. I'd love to talk to you about it. And you don't have to tell me I'm not the finance person. Let's just be friends and talk about your goals,
Right.
They get comfortable. And I literally picked up so many buyers in the beginning just by doing open houses. But I like to go after the listings too. Some people want only one or the other. I think it's really good to be experienced on both sides because you have different things going on, especially last year when people were waiving inspections and all that. It's also important if you're new, do not set a goal of I'm only doing deals that are over $500,000. Like, I don't know that you're going to make any money if that's the way you're going to start out. And when you do the $150,000 deals and the $180,000 deals, and people are first time buyers, you learn so much because of the inspection process. Then you're back into renegotiating again because of the inspection, and if you don't know how to do that stuff and everything you do, and just because it's an $800,000 house doesn't mean there's no problem.
Right.
There are problems. I mean, I've had listings in the 700s, and a buyer comes in and they have a whole new problem. I don't like that shower door. Like, where somebody else is worried more like about the crawl space and stuff like that. I can fix the shower door, but you still have a whole new world of, and then you're getting into smart homes and smart home features. And so there's problems and issues and concerns for every price list, and the more you do, the more experience you have. I don't care if it's 60,000 and you're an investor. I'll help you because then I'm learning what is he looking for as an investor.
Right.
What's going to be his cash flow at the end of the day if he's paying this for the, you know what I mean? So I do all of it, And if you just restrict yourself to, I'm only doing this or that, I don't think you're going to get very far.
Yeah, I would agree.
Open houses and sphere of influence.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
Those are your biggest. Yep.
I think one huge thing is, and you somewhat touched on it too, is like say if you did a first time home buyer probably would not be able to buy a $500,000 to $800,000 home first one. But if they buy, let's say 150, 200, all right, well, what when in 5 years situation changes, now they're making more money, now they got equity, now they're going to sell their home. Guess what? So if you kept up with those people, you sold their home now, and now you're going to help them purchase a new one. You just did 2 transactions for keeping up with somebody that did 150,000 earlier. So you sold 3 houses by just keeping up with them.
And everybody is a referral opportunity. But yeah, and it's really important too, especially with low inventory right now. Like, I think it's important too, and I tell the people that I'm working with, you need to get with lenders, all different kinds. I don't care if it's Fairway or Caliber or Advisor, whoever. What loan products do you have? And some people do the 6% DPA, others don't. So if you're in a situation, somebody's got 5,000 in the bank, but they've got a 700 credit score and they're making 70 grand. Okay, you should be able to buy a house. Let's find a lender that can do that for you.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? If you could lose deals. So if you only know about, well, there's conventional and FHA, whatever, and then the buyer says, well, I don't have enough money to put down right now, and you don't know about loans, and you go, your response is, oh, okay, well, maybe I can help you find somewhere to rent. What? Like, you literally just lost that. If you know all the options out there, the more people you can service.
Yeah. And when I just want to clarify, when you said when she said the DPA, that's down payment assistance. That's an Indiana housing program. I just want to make sure people know what you meant.
And I meant to go back and say that, and I didn't.
Because it could confuse somebody. What does DPA mean? And that's what it means. It's just down payment assistance.
They don't know it's there. They don't know about insured, like what's insured conventional,
Right.
There's just so many options. And if you learn about all of that, it makes you more knowledgeable, and it keeps potential buyers with you. You can keep walking. If they're not ready right now, what can we do to get you there in 6 months?
Right. Yep. That matters.
So if somebody wants your wealth of knowledge at their fingertips, what's the best way they can reach you?
Just call me. Send me an email. I am like a natural, I think because I taught dance for so many years and I'm a mom, like I'm just really, I love to help new agents. So a lot of people don't do this. It's kind of I don't want to say cutthroat, but it's a tough business, and you have to find people willing to help you. We're all competing against each other, right? So we have limited inventory and a lot of realtors. So, but I want people, if I bring you into real estate and you signed up with EXP because of me, I'm going to help you. And it's very easy to disappear in this business. You're not clocking in. You're not required to be there by 8 a.m. and clock in. And if you don't show up, people aren't going to be on you and giving you points, and you're going to be fired. You just disappear.
Right. Yep. And that number is 317-672-5064.
671. 317-671-5064.
Okay. That, and call or text that number.
Call or text.
So 317-671-5064.
Correct.
I got to get it right. All right. And to get a hold of Ian or I, it's hardworkingmortgageguys.com. That's hardworkingmortgageguys.com. Or you can call 317-672-1938. That's 317-672-1938.
Hey, good job. You got it right this time.
Finally.
All right. So now we'll get into the question of the week. And the question of the week is, hey, sponsored by Rick and I, the Hardworking Mortgage Guys, where we believe in helping and supporting you and your realtor by sending constant updates through the loan process. We do not like living in a black hole, so we do not let you. Again, if you like living in a black hole, we are not the company for you because we will keep you updated. All right, so here's the tough question. What was your first car?
A Mustang.
Wow, what year?
Well, it sounds old, but at the time, it was a long time ago. It was a 70A Mustang, and my parents got it for me when I turned 16.
Wow. Was it a convertible?
No,
Hard
I
top?
wish.
What kind of motor did it have? You remember that?
Oh, I don't know that.
So you can always
stuff.
tell the non-car people and the car people like me. All that
I know what
matters.
looks good,
And
and I know how to get gas.
What color was it?
It was brown. Back then, there was a lot of brown cars, and I would never recommend that, but
You seem like a red car person.
I'm red, or I would actually prefer pink or black, but yeah, red, white, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
More flashy. I don't
Yeah.
want. I'm the same way. I'd rather have a little more flashy.
This is
Oh yeah, there you go.
So what color is your car now?
black.
What? I was waiting for her to say pink, but
Well, it's a Grand Cherokee Jeep, all the stuff, all the things, but I want it to be pink. When I looked it up and found that I could get one, it was almost $100,000. So
You don't
I'm
want
not
it
gonna
that
get
much.
that.
No.
I think I'm gonna get a cool Jeep and then have it painted pink.
There you go. That's expensive too.
That's a cheaper way, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Or just get it wrapped with your logo on it and your number. There you go.
And you can wrap them in pink.
Yep.
Yeah, a wrap is a good way to go.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a good way to go.
And I did have my new logo done with pink. So.
Well, that's that. I think that stands out. I mean, look what T-Mobile has done. That's all they promote their pink. They call it something else, but as far as I can tell, it's pink. But what would you say your superpower or superpowers are?
Superpower. I don't know what a superpower would be. There's something I'm very comfortable with that works for me, and that would be with social media. And just being a people person. Which have to go hand in hand, honestly. There's a lot of people very afraid of a camera, like, I don't want my face on, I don't care. I don't care what I look like. I don't care if people say I'm weird. I don't care if people think, oh my gosh, she's always on. It's the message. If I'm providing value, they're listening. So people don't always comment or like and love, whatever. I don't care about that. But you know what? They message me privately. My son's trying to find a house and I've been watching you and I really want him to talk to you. So it really works. And, when I try to talk to people about that and they're like, it's not my thing. I don't want to don't put your face on there. Post something with value that goes along with a real estate photo, a listing or a house you sold or whatever, or whatever the subject is that you're talking about. So I really utilize social media not to promote me as a person, but to provide value. Constantly talking to, I just did a video this week about renovation loans. There's little inventory. When you have a lower budget and 5 people are offering on the same house that you loved because it's turnkey and you don't have money to fix things up, don't let them give up. Get them a renovation loan. So you may not like this house and it's outdated and that's why it's only $100,000, but you're qualified for $200,000. Let's get you a reno loan so you can move in and it's just the way you want.
Right.
So I like to put that kind of stuff out there, and I like to do videos and actually show homes I've been in, and I'll do little video clips through the week of different places, and then I'll just put them together and do the voiceover, or I'll add the words to the video. So that's what I really like to do. And I'm going to give you an example super fast. I literally posted a video last Wednesday on my way to go look at a home that we wanted to buy to rehab, and we got it. But in the car, I'm like, I'm gonna do a video. Sorry, honey, just don't mind me. Posted it. An hour later, we're in that house, and I got a text from a girl that says, "Hey, I was talking about you don't need 20% down. I keep reiterating this." And she texted and said, "My friend wants to look at this house. It's in Irvington. It's super cute." And we ended up doing the no money down. She's under contract right
Awesome.
now.
Yeah. Awesome.
We went under contract, and it was because they heard once again, you don't need money down. Well, she already talked to a lender, but this guy was talking about needing $15,000, and she's only got $7,000. I'm like, okay, let me get that fixed.
Right.
But I posted that video 45 minutes before.
Yeah, that's amazing.
If there's a superpower, I guess that's it.
Well, social media, I mean, it's amazing because your business is pretty much based off your referrals, or your business comes from from social media, correct?
Right now, I think there's 8 or 9 under contract. I really don't know. I think that's what it is. And I want to say all but 2 are from social media, but one is my own, and the other one is a referral from a previous client.
Okay. Yeah, that's some. The other thing I wanted to mention is on the renovation loans is a renovation loan doesn't have to be just so people know, it doesn't have to be $100,000 house.
No.
It can be a $600,000 house. There are houses out there that you walk into, and maybe it doesn't need a tremendous amount of work, but maybe you want to redo the kitchen or you want to do something else. The renovation loan is a great option for that.
Yes.
That thing to do that. And as you said, I liked that you talked about it, because we've been trying to get people, real estate agents, to understand that this is a product that works in this market, because those are the houses that are sitting.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
So if your client's having trouble finding a house, then they keep getting outbid, go to a house that needs work and do a renovation loan. And it's not just FHA. FHA has a great renovation loan, but so does conventional.
Yeah.
And there, even jumbo. There are renovation loans out there for people. So I'm glad you brought it up, because most people shy away from them. It's really important that people understand that, because I think it can help.
So I just had a listing in a little town east of Greenfield called Carthage.
Okay.
And this house was built in 1880, and nothing's really been changed a lot. It used to be a duplex at one point, but this family had the home for over 50 years. The dad passed away a little over a year ago. It needed tons of work, very outdated, whatever. And I had like a HUD approved guy. These loans need approved contractors. It can't be your neighbor. So I had an approved person already ready to go, because everybody kept saying, well, they don't really have the funds to repair it, or they don't have the skills, they don't have the know-how. And I mean, I had a VA guy go, wait, oh, there's VA rehab loans. So he didn't get that one, but he's working on getting that VA rehab loan now for a different one. So not only did we were able to keep buyers like, oh, it is a possibility. Other people that didn't get this house are now trying to get those loans for a different house.
Right.
So
yeah. It's a great product for the right situation.
Yes.
Great product.
So it says you've been in the business for a while. So let me ask you this question. What have you seen, like, for somebody buying a home for the first time in their family or just themselves, like their mental state and their financial state? How does that help them having a home ownership?
Okay. That's actually, I'm like visualizing people and I'm getting all the feels back. It's a big question, actually, because their mental and emotional state is a roller coaster ride, and they're super ready to go. Like, yeah, I've done this, and I followed the bullet points of this post I saw a year ago, and I have this much money in the bank. okay, and then they make their list, and oh, the wife doesn't have the same list, so her non-negotiables aren't my non-negotiables, and then they're super gung-ho, they think it's going to be easy. Oh, well, we're going to love this house, this is the one, we're going to have this house. The next day, oh, we're not going to get that house, five other people, it's very easy to go up and down, want to give up, and you really have to stick with them and be their friend, um, and counsel them through that a little bit. And then when they do get to the end, I worked with somebody we started January of, I don't know, last year, and we didn't close until 2 weeks before Christmas. It took that long, and he's like elated. He just can't believe it. I started with another family in September, and their credit wasn't quite there. I'm like, no, we're going to work together. Let's, stay in contact every week, doing follow ups. And we closed in March. And they're just like, they think that we did something heroic. I'm like, no, you did the work. You got in the right mindset and did what you had to do. And, that was an FHA. And so we had to really, the realtor, what the best thing is that the realtor wanted to be kind and work with me and help get it done too. So we had the few little things that needed corrected for the loan to fund. It happened. And so, but they think like it's a monumental moment in life, and it is, and they just can't believe that it happened, and they really think it's something that the realtor and the lender did. I don't. I think they made it happen. We were just kind of their cheerleader and helped guide them. But it's mind blowing to see. You can feel it sometimes. Like they're just like in total shock.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you see it for the people who their whole entire house, nobody's ever owned a home because they don't know the steps. And when you're saying we don't do much, but we show them the blueprint. Mm-hmm. This is what you need to do. Just like how you worked with that guy from January to December. Well, he wasn't house hunting the whole entire time. It was, all right, let's build your credit. Let's get your money down. Let's work on this. So let's make some sacrifices, because at the end, when you cross that finish line, then you're going to feel rejoiced.
Yeah. You see people all the time that make a lot of money, but somehow there's no savings. But, sometimes I'll just kind of it's not, I mean, I make light of it, but it's true. Like, try to, especially with the females, like, girl, I know you love the little shoe shop and everything. So do I, and I'll just say, listen, if I can be a single mother of 4 kids for 10 years, and figure out how to get everything paid and get, it's your mindset. What do you want? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Still in an apartment where you can't control your rent, and now you're going to be paying $2,500 a month, and you can have a mortgage for $1,400 a month. You're going to have more shoe money, girl. And paint a different picture, and then say, let's play a game called A Day in the Life of whatever her name is 5 years from now. Oh, you want to wait until you can buy a $450,000 house? Hold on. You can have a beautiful home that's 1,200 square feet. But when you sell that house, you're going to have all that money to put down on that house that you really want. We got to go in baby steps, just like you did. 16 to drive, 18 to vote, 21 to drink. Now we're going to play that with the house game. And they love it, and it worked, but you gotta kind of mom them and help them and encourage them. If you walk away, they're gonna stop. They're gonna lose sight of the focus. It's almost like an accountability thing.
Yep.
And when they get there, it's literally just it's freaking exciting. For me, even for the
no, it is.
I helped somebody in I think she's, I don't know, 58, 60, just got her first house all by herself. Sending me pictures 2 nights ago of how they've updated it. Like, I'm like over the moon. I feel like they're my babies.
It's your children are growing. It's just you just have to raise them all. You just had to nurture them.
Exactly. I'm good at that. I enjoy that because I like people. I want to see people win.
And what would be the best way to get a hold of you if somebody has any real estate needs, or maybe they're looking to have a, maybe come on, work with you or have real estate questions?
So again, call me 317-671-5064, or you can email me, and it's a super easy email, sellwithgigi@gmail. So sell, SELL, with WATH, all 4-letter word, right? And then Gigi, GIGI@gmail.
Perfect. And to get a hold of Ian or I, it's hardworkingmortgageguys.com. That's hardworkingmortgageguys.com, or you can call 317-672-1938. That's 317-672-1938. And follow us for more Indies Real Estate Gurus.
Gina, thanks for joining us today. It's a pleasure having you on our show today.
Thank you so much. It was fun.
Awesome.
It's fun.
And reminder, if you know any friends, family, or coworkers looking to buy, sell, or refinance, contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you.
Branch NMLS number 33041. Rick Rittman's NMLS number 664589. Ian Arnold's NMLS number is 1995469. Equal housing opportunity. Some restrictions apply.